More quick video about how we're going to go ahead and change the beginner boost this year based on the schedule. So I am sitting here looking at the schedule, and I got to tell you, I am dreading a 4-hour stretch of video live streaming on Sunday in the summer. I mean, who wants to do that? Don't worry though, the rest of this video is going to tell you what I have planned, and I think you're going to like it better. Um, the short answer is videos. Videos, interactive videos, and when we're making the videos, an opportunity to ask questions in real time and to have those questions answered. So let's first of all talk about the format of the beginner boost for 2024 and going forward, hopefully, and what it means for you and how you'll digest the content and how the content will grow over time. And how you can make sure to get the most out of the beginner boost videos and to participate interactively. So if you don't know, you probably already heard the beginner boost. If you go to skillstack.io, just to kind of, if you don't know about this already, this is going to become my main video on YouTube right now, to tell people how to get ready. So if you go to skillstack.io, this is going to be the source of all things beginner boost. Skillstack is a company I started in 2023 to help people. There's lots of nice comments there. You can read about it and decide if you want to learn how to have a career in tech. This is designed to take people from absolute zero to, jobs. Sometimes a 6-figure job is their first job. That actually happened. And I realize I'm in my pajamas and everything. People are like, why am I watching this video? That's actually probably a good thing because the thing that you need to understand about these boost videos and about my channel in general is the way I'm able to do things is by not worrying about editing. And yeah, that's my bathroom back there. I could not have picked a worse time to make a video. Don't worry, he's actually knowledgeable. I'm trying to trick you. So what is new about the boost? So if you don't know what the boost is, first of all, let me talk about what the boost is really briefly, and then we're going to revisit how the boost has changed, and it's actually going to change rather substantially. The core content's not going to change, but the format is going to really change. So the boost is a thing, and I'm just going to read from the thing here. You just go to SKILSTAK Beginner Reviews, Overview of Beginner Boost. Since 2020, our communities come together to do a series every year of casual live streams and videos that help beginners at good tech jobs get good tech jobs starting from absolute zero. So here's the schedule, and you can see getting a job, 3 weeks, 9 blocks, creating basic websites with Markdown, 4 weeks, 12 blocks. A block is 40 minutes, but that has changed. Those blocks have changed, and we're going to move that. We're going to actually change that. Linux, how to get started on Linux, how to learn the bash command line, including VI and tmux and links. Code, how to code in Python and JavaScript at the same time. It's called polyglot programming. That's something I've been doing since 2013. Teaching absolute beginners the concepts of programming and coding and what it actually means. Learning C for understanding. Over Christmas, this is a really intense over Christmas fun time to learn C. And then go for enterprise software development. That includes specifically making command line applications and APIs, API implementations in Go. And this is designed to be an annual thing. And I believe that we have a strong ability to keep with this, particularly with the format changes, which I'm about to describe. So LXC, that is Linux containers. You can't have containers without Linux. This talks about how to leverage Docker and Podman, and briefly mention like what is Kubernetes. It's mostly here's the landscape of containers, so you can decide where to go after that. Once again, the boost is not a course necessarily. It's designed to be a boost. It's, we're going to give you a big push, like we're teaching you how to ride a bike, right? And pushing you down the street. If you don't steer, you're going to crash. So, you're going to be driving your own thing. So what has changed? The targeted careers are security analysts, all the way web developers, and pretty much anybody with a tech, angle is going to be, hey, not serious, how you doing? So, and we got the stream avatars on the screen today. It's absolutely silly. We probably won't have the stream avatars on the screen when we do this. So that's what the boost is. The boost is something I started in 2013 when I started SKILSTAK. Took my own retirement money out at a 40% loss, by the way, and I started a company to teach coding and to teach tech skills, particularly to young people between 9 and 19. That's right. I've taught Linux and VI to 9-year-olds. I have proof of it. And so this is something I've been doing for a long time. I really believe in it. And for the most part, it's been very successful, and you can go read about that yourself. I don't need to push that anymore. I never done any advertising. It was always word of mouth. I've mentored the son of the CTO of Bank of America. Lots of awesome people. You can go read about them. I don't need to talk about it anymore. That sells itself. All right, so let's talk about the format changes. This is actually really important. So if you don't know about the format in the past, I've struggled with the format because when I started SKILSTAK, I first of all, I had a classroom. And so I had, 8 people at one point. I started out with 2 people at a time. And I'm gonna tell you the story about how I've come to where we are today. So, and this has to do a lot with the best way to learn. Humans have been dancing and learning together, cold kiss, since the dawn of time, right? And the way you learn something is whether it's a dance or it's how to code is you have somebody else show you how to do it who knows how to do it. It's really not complicated. That's how it's always been, right? And we talk about that in the first few weeks of the boost. I don't want to overly dwell on it right now, but that it was the original basis of it. So when I started SKILSTAK, it wasn't a school; it was kind of a learning community. That's what we called it. And people would come in there and they would join the learning community and they would learn and they would share their knowledge with others. And actually, sometimes I would hire. Actually, I couldn't hire them because they were too young a lot of times, but I'd give them breaks on their tuition and they would be TAs and assist the other new people to learn. And it's this cycle, right? It's this cycle of I know something, I can share something, and it's a matter of putting the right personalities together to help people learn. That's how I believe learning should happen in a nutshell, and that's what I did for the Beginner Boost and for SKILSTAK. So when I started out, there were like 2 people, and then it grew to 8, and then it's 16 for a while. I started realizing that I was making a lot of money, but these kids were not learning as deeply as they could. So I put a limitation. I said, look, you got to have at least 1 TA or 1 person per 3 people. I used to joke about it being, arm's reach away so you can smack them when they start being bad. And then I learned over time that even then, there was a little bit too much competition in the group. And so I switched to 2 people. It's like, okay, these 2 people compare. And then I had one person who had been coming to SKILSTAK forever and introduced his friend to it, who turned out to be better at it than him. And he dropped out because they were both learning together. And the one felt inferior to the other one, even though the other one went on to do amazing things. And I always regretted that. And I said, okay, fine, 1-on-1. It was also true that even 2 really smart people, when you put them together in a group, they have different learning styles, different things they want to do, and you don't have the flexibility. So I went on to one-on-one mentoring. So ultimately, I arrived at this idea of one-on-one. And you're like, well, what does this have to do with the Beginner Boost in this video series that you're doing now? So I have struggled since 2020 when my stepson said, and I quote, forgive the swear word, you should stream that shit. And I started streaming it, and it's blown up into everything now on this channel. That's what we do. We stream it now. So the problem is I have never been able to recapture that one-on-one attention. I've tried everything. I've tried mentoring one person live and have everybody else kind of be a voyeur and watch it. But more importantly, I've tried to do these, for the last 4 years, we've never been able to finish a boost completely because I'm always getting pulled off into different directions. It's largely the same content and I'm repeating. And I do believe we need to repeat something every year because stuff changes every year. I do believe in that. So we're going to keep doing that. But the thing that has eluded me is the ability to focus on the needs of a single individual. And I think we may have actually come up with a solution for that. And the solution is ultimately creating content that is digestible, that's smaller, and that can be done independently without having the whole group here watching. And that was already the case for most of the success stories that I've heard about and people have emailed me. I had one person from the Philippines email me like a 2-page email saying, you've completely changed my life. I was a farmer and I went through all your stuff online for free. I can't thank you enough. I'm now working in tech and my whole family is benefiting. And I'm like, damn. Okay. So we have to keep doing this. That's also the reason that I don't charge for it. I appreciate your sponsorships and your support on GitHub and through Twitch and stuff. But it's the reason that I don't charge for this because there are people in different circumstances all over the world who are benefiting. And I do not want to gatekeep that. And for many reasons, I have a full-time job so I can do this. If I didn't have that job, I would not be able to do it. So More on that later, but the point is um, that you can do things faster by yourself, but usually you're going to have a question. So um, while the percentage of people who won't do anything unless I stream it live, and there is a very fair percentage of people who won't do anything on their own. They're not self starters. They're not autodidactic. Blah blah blah. Right. And I found this out through the beginner boost. I've noticed that like for the first year that we did the beginner boost, I actually said, "Go. Here's the things you need to go learn. Go learn them, and we'll talk on tomorrow." And that model is called a flipped classroom. And it does work, but it takes absolute commitment by the people that are doing the learning to go out and do the learning on their own. And I have always been that person. Doris has always been that person. Um, Believe it or not, the Boy Scouts of America, that program of merit badges is actually based on that system. The scout in that case has to take responsibility for the learning, and they go to the merit badge organizer or mentor who's a volunteer, and they only bother them the least amount that they need to get the learning that they're missing and to validate that they've done the right projects and everything. And that's actually the one true way to do education, in my opinion. So in this particular case, um, we have people. Another thing about the beginner boost is we have people, as not serious as mentioned. We have people at all different levels. We have people who are coming at this who are senior engineers who just want to help out and don't know how. We have people who want to make sure that they haven't missed something, like maybe they don't know how to disable an alias from the command line. Wink, wink. It's backslash. There's a bunch of little things that people have said that they benefited from. Um, and the live interactive element does help to motivate you to do it. So what is different? So let's state what the format is for this year, and then we'll go into how that has changed from last year. The format for this year is going to be roughly that topic. Okay, so we already covered this, but we're going to roughly talk about a specific topic during a 3-week period, a 4-week period. This time breakdown, I believe, still stands. We may tweak it from year to year. But we are going to try. So during those 8 weeks, we're going to talk about, all things command line and etc. Right. So that will stay. But what will happen during the week? And this is where the calendar is going to come in. And this is something brand new that we haven't tried, but I talked through this morning and I'm super confident of this. These green things are stuff that I cannot do. Those are work related things. And the takeaway here is that there will be stuff on the calendar that says Beginner Boost. And you would have seen up until today, you would have seen a big, swath of time allocated on Sunday afternoon for the Beginner Boost. That is no longer going to be a thing. What you're going to see instead is you're going to see little tiny swatches of time all over the calendar for the Beginner Boost. And somebody out there has immediately probably screamed in panic, "What do you mean? I don't know what day to be there. I want to make sure I'm at all of them." So this addresses two problems, okay? The first problem is it breaks up the very excruciatingly long, exhausting Sunday afternoon that was hard on me and everybody who sat there for those 3 or 4 hours. It breaks it up. It makes it so that we can break it up into smaller pieces. Number two, it allows people from all over different regions to participate interactively without waking up at 4 a.m. wherever they are to be there. And that's something that has troubled me for a very long time. And I suppose the third thing is that it does allow me to focus on digestible, smaller videos. So every year that I've ever done this in the past, if you've participated, you know that when I'm doing a segment, when I'm doing a module, I turn the chat off, at least as far as I can see. I still haven't decided whether I'm going to leave the chat on or not. I think I probably will. It's always a risk to get trolled, but it makes it much more interactive. I'm even going to leave stickers on. Potentially a great risk to myself. Until I need to turn them off, I will. But it makes it fun. It makes the interactive session kind of fun. But the difference is that these segments will be interspersed all over during the week, particularly during the time when it's dark out. Because I want to use the daylight to do fun things on my paddleboard and my mountain bike and go riding and go do, whatever. And so I'm going to be making a bunch of little videos and largely turning the chat off during that segment. And I will be, the segments will be hopefully between 5 and 40 minutes. I don't want to make us any video longer than 40 minutes. And the point of that is so that a specific topic can be captured by itself and can be reused and joined back together in, SkillStack on the website. So that way we back on the website over here, we'll put, this isn't there yet, but the overview, this is going to be the place where we're going to like paste together all the videos. And it'll become immediately apparent that we missed something. So one of the great advantages of doing it this way is if I miss a video, we don't have to go, oh, well, we'll do it next year. I can actually inject the video into the middle of that, and we can add kind of this ongoing thing. So I've let go of the reason I'm in my pajamas. One of the reasons I'm doing this video in my pajamas is because I've let go of the crushing need to have a very well edited video on a specific topic at a specific time. In fact, I've already started making Beginner Boost videos because I needed to talk about some things. So for example, what happened to Kubernetes? How does statically linking and cross compilation save the world? These videos are already relevant, and I can already link them in to the content for the beginner, particularly for Go development. So when I make a specific thing, that's my work reminding me it's time to go to work. But when I actually make a video, I'm making a video about a specific topic. Drop LinkedIn now. This is a video that's going to go in the should I get a job and how do I get a job? Learning happens in the lab, not the lecture hall. This is a topic I talk about all the time. So what I've already been doing, and this is where I came to this realization, I've already been making Beginner Boost videos. I've already been doing it. So the Beginner Boost is going to become a way for me to take all of these little videos and link them together and to check, during that week, whatever week that we're focused on. So say, for example, on May the 4th, we're focused on getting a job. Whoops, where are we? Right here. I can take all the videos I've ever made about getting a job, such as why certify. There's actually a really great video that I made that we don't ever get to reuse. It's called Why Certify. And you can also search through my videos here. Why Certify. This Why Certify video is 38 minutes long, but this is a 4-year-old video that is absolutely 100% relevant to today. This is still, ads, oh no. So, but the video is still relevant. Nothing has changed in this video. God, do I have to wait through all of these? This is really annoying. I should really put an ad blocker on there. Even though I made this video way back when, how long ago? 4 years ago, I made this video, and it still counts. It still counts. So now that I don't really care about looking the same in every video, I can link together all my messy videos that take absolutely no time to make other than the time to push record and upload. And that's going to keep me making videos, and that's going to keep me talking about topics and helping you with things that are specific, even though the hodgepodge of videos that's going to be pulled together on skillstack.io is going to look, very unprofessional and very messy and all that. But I believe it or not, I actually made a video on this. If you want to go watch that, I made a video about who should I learn from. So if you go back, that's under videos. I don't even know where it is, but that's why we have to put it back in the, I'm probably not going to do a playlist. Instead of having a playlist, I'll have just a ton of videos here, and the videos will be linked from here. What happened to hello from the road? How can you turn off the screen podcast? The art of IRL streaming. See, so basically, I'm doing all these tiny little videos, stuff about Primogen, DJI Pocket 3 GoPro. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Basic Markdown and Make Docs. Stop importing everything. Don't mess with my doc files. Where is it? Well, again, this is why we need to have like the Make Docs website that ties it all together. Urgency addiction will kill you. This is another little video that goes really well with the job thing. Killer Coda, Markdown, Verizon. God, there's so many good things here. And I've already done these videos, by the way. So I make on average probably 1 to 2 videos a day. And so this is just a way for us to organize those videos instead of having to redo those videos. And the thing I really like about that is that I'm not wasting my time and stuff. Oh, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. And that's gonna be it for me. I really don't think I need to really go over much more than that. So Um, Thank you so much for all that is, uh, you've been here. You've been very, very supportive and everything. Again, let me just recap the main points in case you went all the way to the end of the video. So the main points are very simply the beginner boost is a thing. It's a now annually rotated thing, which means that we're going to be covering general topics during a general, number of weeks. Those things are all written on skillstack.io in the calendar, and that calendar will be adapted at some point. Um, the changes are that we will no longer be doing one long 4 hour session or 3 4 hour session on a Sunday, but we will definitely be doing 3 or 4 hours of content during the week. It'll just be spread out during the hours, usually of darkness in my case, because I want to use the daylight to do the other stuff that I stream. And which includes paddleboarding, and you're welcome to join me for paddleboarding and car trips and mountain biking trails and hiking and knocking my teeth out and stuff. So during those daylight hours, but during the other hours, whether it be before coffee one day before I go to do co-working all day, or it's after the day has kind of wound down and I'm like wanting to relax and I can make a quick little video, maybe a little 5 minute video, maybe a 20 minute video, maybe it's a long one, so it's a 40 minute video. Those videos will be made during the week and they'll be on the calendar. So you can go to the calendar and see when is Rob going to do the boost up. And then the interactive element simply is just join me for one of those interactive sessions or join me for a bike ride and ask me a question about boost content while I'm bored and I'm riding on the 4 hours on the bike. Those are great times for you to come by and check it out. That is the new RAVX Rob. That is the new skill stack. That is the new beginner boost. Hopefully this has been informational and come back and ask questions. I don't always read comments on YouTube just because I can't. I've been trying to do better with that. But the best way to get my attention is to just show up when I'm on stream and ask the question. And the mods or somebody will get a hold of me, which does remind me, as we get more popular, and we have started to get more popular, this particular approach is going to allow more people to participate without having their voices drowned out. I mean, just look at the stream avatars down here. Hi, guys. Can I like flick you? Can I flick you? I kind of flick you. We're starting to get more people in here, and this particular approach is going to allow us to help. So don't forget about the Discord as well. I don't go in the Discord very much, but there are a lot of people in the Discord who are using it as a method of doing their part to help others. And we have some really smart people in this community. I really love it. Game player, how are you? So that's the end of that video. Time for me to go to work. I have a real job,